Remember that they're changing my voice. I'm not gay. I'm not in a white or Greek or American culture. My kingdom is not of this world. And we are not all equal. In this video series, I'll use key parts from Job to overkill that we're not all equal. The white supremacist is not greater. The Jewish supremacist is not greater. The LGBT supremacist is not greater. And they're also not equal. You'll see that universally speaking, which is the only true way to speak, you'll see that I'm right. We all come from Africa, not from Europe. So it is outrageous as hell for people to use a European scale. And when they pretend that magically it's a good idea, I mean, even China, the Communist Party is ruling, and that comes from Europe and the European scale and European philosophy. Okay? When people pretend to the contrary, it's to their deep disgrace and their family's disgrace. There's no excuse. Trying to save your life and your family's life is no excuse for giving up the principles of righteousness. Anyone who builds a family on wickedness is a dumbass. There's no other way to look at it. Job 4 verse 8. As I observed, those who plow evil and those who sow trouble reap it. So people in neo-colonial spirits, Democrats, Republicans, libertarians, everyone else, gang members, rockers, jocks, emos, goths, populars, you name it, cowboys, you name it. They're in generational neo-colonial spirits. So every generation, they are plowing evil and sowing trouble. And right now in the world, you see people reaping it. What group can you point to? Okay. That is blameless in all this. What group? None of them. The churches are very much to blame. The mosques are very much to blame. The synagogues, okay? Every culture you can think of. Every culture you can think of, except for mine, and I'm the only one in it, is very much to blame for the trouble the world is reaping right now. How can any of you, even for a moment, think that you should argue that those who are to blame for what's going on now, Democrats, Republicans alike, every culture you can think of but mine, are equal to the one who has been plowing righteousness and sowing justice and reaping righteousness and justice, which is me. Everyone else is doing the wrong thing. For you to argue that they're equal or greater would be arguing that wickedness magically is equal or greater than righteousness and justice, which is falsehood to the extreme. Even in your court system, right? Talk about Supreme Court. They talk about Supreme Court justices. You say liberty and justice for all. How are you going to then pretend that the wicked are equal or greater than the righteous? Why do you think they came up with the systems of white supremacy and act like lunatics? What do you think calmed down the Klan? Because they knew the system was a wicked system where they were going to pretend like they played dressed up with sheets on. They were going to pretend that magically white people are magically, oh no, oh wow, superior, when they're not. And I say it that way so they don't take me out of context, because more people are childish than you think. That's why they elevated the childish Greek frats and sororities in college historically. Because they're childish. So in this video already, I've proven my point beyond a reasonable doubt. Will you see them present a viable counter-argument? No. Because they know that righteousness is greater than wickedness. It's greater than people just trying to go along, keeping their heads down. It's greater than being a Buddhist monk and withdrawn. They know that. They don't want to argue with that. The Buddhists themselves won't weigh in and say anything about it. There's nothing any of you can say, no matter what your religion or philosophy is. Righteousness is greater, therefore I'm greater. And yes, the wicked should serve the righteous, not the other way around. And the wicked shouldn't be seen as equal to the righteous. They should obey God through me. Proverbs 16:12, the throne is established in righteousness. Not being some kind of bootlicking coward arguing that everyone's equal no matter what. That's fucking retarded. Not being some white supremacist, some arrogant guy with a wig. You know how crazy you'd have to be to think that you should take the side or the stance of some historically wig-wearing lunatics who argued that they are superior and then manifest destiny this and expansionism that and nation building this. All rubbish. Continentalism was also rubbish. And they have lost that debate. They don't come out and say this is the plan because they know it is fucking disgraceful, pathetic, childish, and stupid.